afternoon. Happy lunchtime, everybody. It might be chaos today. Bin People, the musical, have decided to turn up around lunchtime. They're usually in the morning, but you might hear the orchestra, the fine tunes of the Bin People, the musical playing in the background because we've got our door slightly open because it's sunny, it's nice out, and it's starting to be spring-like, very spring-like, and then edging towards summer. We've also got the door open a little bit because we have two cats in the building and they are larking around, and rather than having scratched at the door, they're in here. You can't see him at the moment. One's just down there, one's just behind me. Little Arthur. Actually, can you see him? Where is he? Let's see if I can get that. There he is. Sat there. Being a doof. He's going to lie down. There's Arthur. And Dolly's directly beneath me. Anyway, so yeah, hello, welcome to everybody. Hope you're doing all okay. And of course, Dave Salby Williams. First in, afternoon, everyone. Give him a thumbs up. I think he's given a like to the YouTube video. Some scrote gave me a thumbs down for yesterday's thing about International Women's Day. I have a funny feeling that might be a misogynist, and I don't care. So there you go. So I do a finger up at you rather than a thumbs down. Yeah. Anyway, how you doing all? Callum Burrell, good afternoon all. Stuart Brownwood, etc. Anita and Pete Chiverton. Lots of people who have commented, so I'll be reading your name out anyway because you've given us contributions to the last parkrun memory. Emma Shaw, thank you very much indeed. Good to see you with us. Love these memory lives so much. Thank you. Brilliant idea. And I think it's quite a nice way to bring it to a close as I edge towards the 70 arbitrary lives. I wanted to reach this point to go, right, okay, we're going to get to this finish line and look at the memories of the last time that anybody in the UK did a parkrun. So it's quite fitting that we've gone around in an awkward way that it's been a year. So yeah, all good. Recorded the pod earlier with Nicola. That was great fun. I think it's going to be a funny one. Hopefully you're going to enjoy it. I think you will do. I think you'll laugh. I was just being very cheeky this morning, and yeah, lots of energy brought to it. It's good to work with Nick once again. And work meeting finished just in time with KP. Hello, hi. Going through all the comments. Hi. Dave Sabby Williams loves Being People in Musical. Hi, hello. Yellow hearts. Hi, hello. No, hello. Hello, Arthur. Yes, Arthur. Hello, Arthur. Sorry, I forgot to do that. Bevy's also in the house just over there. And she just commented. Potato internet for me at the wrong time. Hopefully the internet's all okay. I do get a little symbol come up and says if it's a bit poor, and it was a bit dodgy when I was talking to Nicola this morning. Hello, more Danny. Not sure I can cope. Already had lots of cheek. Yeah, I was a bit jiggy this morning, wasn't I? Nicola Headland. Any inappropriate reaction emojis on Facebook? I usually miss it. On YouTube, they are not. I assure you, Nicola. I will pinpoint the person with the thumbs down. It's not a miss it. I will tell you one day as to how I know that. Lynn Diane Norman, my mum. 14th of March 2020, 238 runners at our last parkrun at Ellenbrook Parkrun Fields, Mum. Ellenbrook Parkrun Fields is a proper name. Mainly listening at the moment to everybody. Right, let's try and get away from the comments because I want to get into your contributions on the post. Didn't get around to contributing to any of these. We've had one more week in West Oz, I think. Not sure, need to check. We may have had one more in West Oz. No, I think it was the UK was the last to put it down. I could be wrong, but I believe everything's shut with the UK. Unfortunately, we went on a week beyond. We'll come to that in point when we go over the memories in terms of the power of hindsight. Yeah, okay. People haven't contributed. Okay, guys, I'm gonna skip out on your comments now. Apart from this one, Mark Weston. I did my first ever stint as RD on the last event. I kind of feel responsible for shutting parkrun down for a year. Either I was that bad that the organisational shame was too much, or I peaked and nothing could be that good ever again. I like the latter part of that. The latter part. Penny Simpson, not sure. Danny, I can't remember yet. No, it was us, Penny. We were the last. Anyway, right. Add to stream. Bigging it up. There I am. A little bit of Photoshop work going on yesterday afternoon by me, having to awkwardly take a selfie photo of myself and then do the photo job on it. But let's have a look at the old comments. So I posted on Saturday in the UK, will have gone a year without parkrun. Danny was at Chalkwell Beach Parkrun in Essex, where he took his last tiny Steve photo with an asterisk. For now, they'll be back. Steve has missed them enormously, and I've missed taking them. Let us have your memories of where you were. Accompanying photos favoured, and we'll go through them in our live at lunchtime. You all know that because you've seen. And there we go. All the pics. I will, as always, favour the photographs for text purposes. If you guys want to go through and read it for text purposes and the live, then they're not ideal, but they have some lovely messages in there. I have read them, but if you guys want to go in and have a read too, but I will be focusing on the photographs. Now, this is from Andy Airy, Stratford Park Stroud, with a few merch wearers. Jenny McBain, Jeff Hardy, Stuart Henderson, Deb Airy, Melanie Young, to name a few. You've also got the old cow buffs and the hats going on. But it's the vicinity of everybody, isn't it? It's the vicinity. But this is really strange that should it have stopped a week early? That's not a question I want to answer a week earlier. I mean, there was a lot of arguments at the time. I remember a lot of people fell out with each other at the time as to what was the best thing to do. There was a lot of upset. There's a lot of people saying we should carry on and shouldn't do. It's not a great memory in that sense. There's a lot of conflict. And I think some friendships have gone by the wayside as a result of certain decisions a year ago. But then it's seeing everybody in this vicinity. But people were starting to be aware. And I think a lot of us, I've said this before, we didn't realize the gravity of what was coming. We didn't. We were naive. I think we really were. No photos allowed, says Catherine Davis. Callum Burrell, no photo. And then we have Chris Perry. Hello, Chris. Black Park with Lil Morris. I nearly said Elizabeth, but I know it's Lil. And Emma when she joined the Cow Club and kept on track for her Hoffman. The run director mentioned in the briefing that parkrun may be put on hold for 2 to 3 weeks due to the virus. That was ambitious. If only we'd have known the extent of that 2 to 3 weeks. There you go. And Black Park. I haven't been to Black Park for quite a while. Fantastic place. Black Park Parkrun. Karen Chadwell has put something about Cardiff Parkrun, 641st event. Colin Apps was a subdued atmosphere at Snowdon Field. Yeah, there was various feelings, difference of feelings. Oh, goodness gracious. Attention seeking. Beverly Cow, run director at Kingston. Strangely, this was the only photo I took on the day. Okay. Why? You're here live. Why have you the shadow? I know. Shrugging her shoulders. I was supposed to be flying to Spain the following day for a much-needed holiday, but it was formally cancelled in the afternoon. You've had to put up with a Costa del Chessington for the past year, I'm afraid. I remember only 2 days before the holiday was going ahead, no concerns, but that all changed very quickly. It did, didn't it just? Normal turned to crazy. And I was suddenly drawing parkruns on my iPad in the garden wearing my PJs. Yes, you were. Yes, you were. Roped you in. Hello, Rory Burr. The 14th, I was run director at Harrow Lodge. The 7th, I was at Chalkwell Beach, which hopefully I'll get back to a few times this year. I'm sure that will happen, Rory. Absolutely. Matt Miller, Garrett Parkrun, Claire Rosemary Evans. I volunteered at Woodhouse Moor with the mighty Hyde Park Harriers as part of a club take. Is that the photograph from the day? It's nuts. It's nuts to think, isn't it? We didn't know. We had a feeling. We, I guess, led by certain authorities saying it's going to be okay. When you had people going around wards shaking hands, I think the gravity of it all was subdued. And I think that we were like, no, we'll be fine. We weren't. I think we all knew we were lucky to get it in, says Claire. Absolutely. Crikey. It's quite strange looking back on these photographs just a year ago in terms of it all. Alan Mullis, pacer at Newcastle Parkrun, then token sorting, wearing surgical gloves and washing pages shirts. Yeah, because some of this was coming in. People were starting to go, right, I'm going to be away from each other. You'll see this in a few other photographs coming up. That you can start to see the vicinity of each other, toward each other, was starting to come in. The ED advised that he would present the Newcastle Parkrun of the Year trophy to me at the briefing before next week's event. What could possibly go wrong? Indeed. Right, Tim Marsh. A gathering of a few mates that hadn't seen each other for a while. Despite a late night on the Friday, we made it to Keswick Parkrun. That's me and the Apricot Tea Contra Haga base layer. Because shopping was still going on, wasn't it? I remember there were queues outside big shops. Toilet roll madness was starting to begin. I looked at my Facebook memories and people were starting to stockpile toilet roll, which to this day, no one can fathom as to how and or why. Just a strange habit that everybody had. And then, yeah, people started to panic buy, shelves starting to empty. Elder people unable to get basic groceries from the local stores. Yeah, there you go. Okie dokie. And pubs, I think pubs, they didn't close for a bit either. No pictures of Susan Cartwright. A selfie of Ian Thompson, who ran at Clapham Common, as good friend of Basingstoke ED Avi Govind. The mood was somewhat subdued as the implications in the pandemic began to kick in. Then you have Kerry Rockall. I've never done one of these photographs, and I think it's quite nice, the symmetry of it all. We slipped and slided. We slipped and slided our way round Riddlesdown. That can get muddy, Riddlesdown, can't it? It can get very muddy. Brian Dennehy, last tango in Halifax. And once again, look how everybody's all squished in, just completely oblivious. We were, weren't we? We were just oblivious to it all. I'll just have a quick check in the comments how we're going. People are commenting. Once again, guys, as I go through this, I won't be able to see your comments. So if you are conversing at me as I go through, I won't see it until afterwards. Sam Wally, I was at Woodley and did a gentle one ahead of a 10k race on the Sunday. This is the only parkrun run. Sorry, this is the only parkrun day pick I have from that day. I think Pip is asking for a post-run treat, and I hope you gave Pip a post-run treat because she looks wonderful. There you go. We're missing the boop snoots, but there you go. Boop. Lovely. And Rob Woodis, why wasn't I running that day? I'd have finished ahead of both of you, said Rob Woodis. There's a conversation going on in the comments underneath. And pictures. I think people are going to be taking more pictures of their park runs from an archive point of view. Again, it's so strange to see photographs like this, isn't it? Edward Thorpe, Reading Roadrunners at Dinton Pastures Park Run, 14th of March 2020. Everybody all together in such vicinity. Karen Howell, my 50th run at my home park run, High Woodland in Wigan, and my 130th park run. In normal times, I would have taken cake. Avoided the crowd. So this is impressive that we really have this dichotomy with the photographs. That is that right word? Just pretend it is. I just used it. I want it to sound fancy, but you do have people who were being a bit more conservative with how they were approaching people, and other people who were happy to carry on as normal. Avoided the crowd before the start and left straight after finishing. Remember feeling sad that it was likely to be the last park run for some time. Yes, I think it was very much dawning on us. But this is quite a good thing to look back and see the difference between people. And straight into this photograph, people sat around in the coffee shop, chatting closely, talking about this coronavirus that we'd heard about, but again, not realizing the impact it would have. Peter Speaksley. Hello, Peter. It's the first time I've seen you post on our things in the past year, but good to have you. Thank you for joining in. Seaside park runs are always a draw to us, as is North Wales. So I was happy that our last park run was at the fabulous Nova Prestatin, a lovely run along the coast and a superb atmosphere in the cafe afterwards with old friends and new. Then we have Michael Woods, run director at Briley Forest, lower numbers than usual and a very odd atmosphere. As a nurse, I think we knew what was coming, but not for how long or how hard it would be. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for that. Thank you, Michael. Lindsay Reeves, Cleethorpes park run for me and the sister-in-law, and it was her first one back after having my little niece, and even better, it was a tourist adventure as we were having a family weekend away at the seaside. And I expect the last one you had for quite a while. Tony Liddell with a cow buff, a tourist trip to Bracknell. It was a lovely spring morning, and the scent of pine in the wooded part of the course is wonderful. Knowing what was likely to transpire, I took this picture with my cow as a face mask, which, of course, people then started to use buffs. I've used a buff in the past in terms of a face mask. Chloe, now this is important. Have you noticed the gap? This is here. Usually, it's quite important that my arms, I say it's important, it's not massively relevant, but there's an observation. So when I do selfies, I usually have people close to me, but the gap was starting to begin already. So I was being a bit aware. I didn't have perfect behavior that morning in terms of what we look back on as to what we probably should have done. But I was at Chalkwell Beaches, Clow Lane, met Danny and achieved a PB that day. Travelled there with my running friend Anne, who also PB'd, and we were buzzing going home despite freezing her 2 shoes off, waiting for the train. But yeah, that look, just normally I'd have had I'd bring you in for the selfie, but didn't do it. Beginning of the social distancing. Alex Latham. And I was at Sandwell Valley, point of reference. This must be one of the steepest uphills on the start line anywhere. Course goes up and over a humpback bridge. Oh, we're being given Parkrunpedia on Sandwell Valley. Thank you for this, Alex. The humpback bridge over the motorway. Look closely in the picture. You can see the white railings in the background. Can you? Thank you for that. Mark Shelton Fountains, Abbey, the second most beautiful park run in the world. Mark Shelton, the stunning and beautiful Fountains Abbey, host of the graduating Knaresborough Striders Couch to 5K group. What a fabulous morning. What fortunate timing to be able to get the graduation in just before it all went to pot. What a long year it's been since then. Wonderful Fountains Abbey. Darren Roberts on the Sunday. So again, here we go. Darren Roberts aware of what was coming. I was run director at Heaver Tree Juniors, the wettest we have had. I remember having sanitizer and not doing our usual high fives, but couldn't imagine what was coming. Did we do the high fives or stop the high fives in juniors on the following Sunday? We stopped, didn't we? We didn't do it. Yeah, because the advice was coming out not to do it. Oh yeah, we did the hand waves. Yes. So we had the beginnings of it. Yes, I remember that now. And then, of course, here's a photograph in terms of too close to vicinity and my nipples. Paul Ford, I too was at Chalkwell Beach with Danny, also met up with an old friend who was doing his first and for now only park run. Look at my nips and my belly. Crikey, Governor, I need to sort that out. And there's Mike. Hello, Mike. And there's Paul. Hello, everyone. But once again, too close. Little did we know. Charlie Pierce was at Forest Rec. Michael Dodd, here we go, for Cone. Preston Park run in Brighton for one last morning of seaside fun. One of the marshals was even doubling up their role. Awesome. Lovely fun memories. Stacey Marston, I got my cow cup. You've ruined, again, tongue-in-cheek, people don't take it seriously. You've ruined the back of your 100 t-shirt. What have you done, Stacey? What have you done? Unforgivable. Lovely with me now, buff in the hair, by the way. I got my cow club running just under the wire at Milton Keynes. It was a lovely day. My pod friend Cheryl Current came and we ran together, having met via With Me Now at the powwow. I even got to meet Bob Raisin. The following day, I did the Milton Keynes 20-mile race, and proving you are never far away from a pod friend, saw Mark Brocklehurst there too. Great weekend and a wonderful park run. Bob Raisin, if you're wondering, is a pod reference. It's Cheryl's husband. I call Bob Raisin because I'm funny like that. Nicola Ronaldson, the world's tiniest photograph. St Albans for the Ronaldson family and touring crew. There was also cake to celebrate. Little did we... Oh, celebrate almost being my birthday. There you go. Note it down. Nicola's birthday's coming up. I think there's a hint.
I know when it is.
When is it?
Is it the 18th of March?
Possibly. You don't quite know then. That's a lie. Right. Little did we know. Thank you for the world's tiniest photograph, Nicola. Much appreciated. Rob Widdis was at Woodley. And then we had Emma Shaw, timekeeper at Cleethorpes. We'll come to that very shortly. Hello, everybody. Crikey, we've got quite an audience today. Thank you for joining me. Certainly resonating this one today. Emma Shaw was final time ever at Cleethorpes for the final time ever. Oh, yes, for the rather outdated and old-fashioned stopwatches. Yes, goodbye to those. And that's a silver lining, isn't it, in terms of goodbye to old gear, moving forwards and changing the future of the results processing, because, of course, people hung on to it. And now you're like, we can force the issue. I know some people still may be happy with the old stuff, but I'm an advocate of the timing app, the virtual volunteer app. You know that too. And also, don't forget, there is the virtual volunteer app video that I made. If you want to know how to use it, you'll be wanting to learn how to use it for the juniors coming, as well as the 5K events. So please share that video with teams. If people are asking the question how to do the app, the resource is out there. It's still very relevant. Can't wait for events to be app only, and after a year's pause, perfect time for all to make the transition, as you said. Yep, I agree. It was a cold and windy morning at Cleethorpes. Thank you so much for the photo calls. You're very welcome, Emma. Thank you for being one of our most super engaged people over the past year. With me now, Nicola Forward. Will you learn to post as yourself? My goodness gracious me. 500 t-shirt on there, Nicola. I'm jealous that you can get into yours. Poppy and I were at Ormskirk getting an O for my name challenge. I miss parkrun. Nicola, kiss, kiss. Kiss, kiss with Nicola. Hello, Pops. Hello, Nicola. 500 t-shirt, much gel. I probably need to, like I say, lose some weight to get into my 500 t-shirt. Charlie Howard, I didn't do parkrun that week. There's a motorhome away. And then we had Claire Griffiths. Not the best photo, but this is some of the gang in the cafe at Hilly Fields, which incidentally was cruelly overlooked in the recent Best Parkrun Cafe competition. Claire Griffiths, did you get many people? Did you rustle up nominations for Hilly Fields? If not, then I throw it right back on your shoulders. Mr. Postrun chats more than anything else. Yeah, I agree with you there. I agree with you. Sharon Maria Boland from Poland, not from Poland. I was tail walker at Whitstable's 500th event. Whitstable was where I did my very first park run. Hopefully I'll be there for my arbitrary 350th run, currently on 348. Coming soon, coming soon. Peter Chiverton on the way to visit daughter at Leicester University. Oh, bearded attention seeker. Spent my last parkrun morning with Stephen Ferguson. The bearded attention. Oh, this is Elliot. Sorry, no, I thought it was Stephen posting. Read the names properly, Danny. Down at Pocket Parkrun in St Neots, unwittingly becoming part of his collection of With Me Now celebrities. Yeah, put those the old marks around celebrities, pseudo Z listings. But thank you, Elliot. Much appreciated. Yeah, very good. Very good. Thank you, Elliot. And then we have Adrian Luscombe. This is, I read this post, Adrian, and I think this is a good summary. I mean, very smart in terms of your mentality with this. I attended Sandhurst Memorial. I remember numbers being slightly down on the average. Yes, they were, notably so. There was a palpable sense of unease and unknowing. Absolutely. I mean, you've really put it into words as to how it was. Bumped elbows, no handshakes, people beginning to keep their distance. Everyone felt it was the last parkrun day for a while. Yep. Right, we did. We kind of knew it was coming. I don't think we wanted to accept it because we knew what we had to lose. but we will regain it again. Sarah Jane Phipps, RD duties at Bedworth Junior. Sorry, why did I say juniors? RD duties at Bedworth Parkrun. I had an excited team for a junior event to go and do a test event shortly after. They are still waiting to get going. Yeah, we've got one our end as well that we were helping train the team up a little bit. It was a strange event. We knew this would be the last for a while. None of us knew the while would be this long and change our lives forever. Very much out of our hands, I guess, wasn't it? Such a vast void now, being the last parkrun day. I know as soon as we are back, it will feel like we have never been away. Think positive. Keep your chin up, Sarah. I know you can do it. You'll be there soon. Helen Reese. It was our only third event at Itchy Valley. Oh, was it your anniversary recently, Helen? I don't know if you'd mentioned that at all. Had you heard about that, Bev? Apparently Itchy Valley had their first anniversary. Oh, that passed us by. Oh, I didn't know that you'd only had a few events, Helen. If only you told us. Cheek. I'm going to get a message on WhatsApp, aren't I, after this? Anyway, but yeah, little did we know how long to get back to event number 4. Can't wait to bring this back. Yeah, I know you were champing at the bit. One of the two. Leslie Quinn, Tipping Norton School Parkrun, event number 9, taking my Wilson index up to 14. I'd planned to get it up to 30 by the end of 2020. But you'll be able to restart it soon. Promise. Karen Spackman, I was targeting the green running challenges badges in 2020. I completed my first New Year's Day double on the first parkrun of the year, my bushy pilgrimage. I said the green badges, running challenges, absolutely. That's all the running ones. I miss seeing the funnel in its glory. Back of the pack parkrunner. You need to visit 3 more different events to earn my tourist badge. Well, hopefully, come July, you'll have done that, Karen. Nicola Headland, I like this one. I like all of them. I was a teensy bit happy at Westmill Parkrun, first time ever to be First Lady home, and it's never likely to happen again. I have been pleased to mention it on every occasion possible ever since, and I will do that for you too, to a wider audience. There you go. You were First Lady. Never forget it, and be proud. Be very proud. Elizabeth Shazam, Dudley, the only time I've ever been on an athletics track. Many Welsh tourist friends were at several English park runs, but we were due to meet up the following week for a friend's 250th. Put your teeth in, Danny, this afternoon. Okay, really? First time ever on an athletics track. There are a few park runs out there. I mean, in the comments, guys, let me know of other ones. Bolton and, what's the one beginning with W up in Manchester? There's a few. Does Durham have it as well? Victoria O'Brien, we were at Oakland's Parkrun, which was nice and local. Alex ran an epic PB whilst carrying that koala. Oakland's Parkrun. Oh, that's in Birmingham, isn't it, as well? Of course, that was relatively near. And last few of these pictures, people. Ali Shepherd had planned to be at Burnham and Highbridge on my way down to a meeting in Devon. Massive post, so I'm going to skim some of it. Meeting was cancelled due to the virus. Transferred my hotel booking to the one nearer to home. I will read it afterwards. Thank you for that, Ali Shepherd. And then Helen Bauer, Itchy Valley. Travelled down with 3 friends to catch up with Helen Reese to try out this lovely new. Was it new? Was it a new event? If a tad muddy park run. Lovely park faff in the cafe afterwards. Probably got an alphabet I and a Wilson index number 2. Whatever that means. What do you mean, whatever that means? Sacrilegious. Get out of here. All right, you need to be punished if you don't know that. Punished, I tell you. Or something about running challenges and Chrome extensions. I hope that's tongue-in-cheek, Helen. I'm going to have to educate you. Oh, dearie me. Paul Jukes. I'd volunteered the previous week, but managed to run the last one before the suspension and also volunteered in some capacity, probably results processing. Pictured here at the top of the hill at South Shields. I'd like to get to South Shields at some point. I've never done the Great North Run, but I'd like to go and do the park run that way. And then we have Claire Mullin. Fascally. Oh, where's this? Ooh. Scottish. Wow. I didn't even know this existed. There's so many new events coming on board. It's hard to know about every single one. Fascally Forest Park Run. I was away for a friend's birthday. Only the second. Oh, there you go. Second event. So I'm one of only 163 people to have run this Scottish gem of a park run. Nice. There's another one to think about. Remember. Thank you for that, Claire. Amanda Murray Hintines. Rachel and Paul met at Bramley Park Run. Rachel who? Let's have a look at their name. Rachel Fisher and Paul Hollings. Context, Amanda. They got a surprise engaged at Bramley Park Run, and this Saturday coming 1 year ago, we had their Bramley Heg and Stag Park Run. There you go. And then something about not wanting to cry. Oh. Mark Meyer, Land's End. First visit and last park run for a while. Land's End, again, another one that I'd love to do. I want to do Land's End. We were there. Do you remember that, Bev? We went to go and do Penrose. We went to Land's End, but there's no park run at the time. Have to go on a journey again. Down for that? She's nodding her head. I don't know why she's not verbalizing today.
Got my mouth full.
Got your mouth full? Said the you know what to the you know what. Pippa White, also at Chalkwell Beach. Here's a pic of Tiny Danny and Tiny Steve. Where are we? Are we there? Stalker McStalkerson going on, because there's the Crow Stone. Anybody who watched the podcast, you remember the Crow Stone? In terms of the marker for London Authority for Waters, and it goes all the way up to Kingston. That was there. Stalky Stalkers, they're like a paparazzi shot. Ian Pullen, Cycler Park, lots of volunteers, lots of fun. It'll be back soon, Ian, and congratulations on, you did lots of marathon running in the past year as well. You were doing lots of grand running, if I'm not mistaken. Congratulations and well done for you for doing that. Anita Platt, a trip to the lovely Tyne Green at Hexham. For me, I remember being incredibly grateful that it went ahead, but I wish I had savoured it even more now. Again, yeah, the power of hindsight. Everyone's kept in hindsight on this in terms of wish we'd done this, and you're not alone. You're not alone by how we could have done things different, would have done things different, would have appreciated things in a different fashion. I think we are definitely going to come out the other side of this acting and behaving with a very different type of vision. And that's it. Thanking you kindly. 45 people did the likes and everything, 78 comments. Please give us a like on Facebook and on the YouTubes, because it combats the nasties who do angries and thumbs down. Just do me a favor, because it winds them up. I know it does. If we dare to get positive feedback, I find it funny because they get annoyed, because how dare we do what we're doing, which is providing a little bit of entertainment during the lockdown. We're evil, aren't we, for doing that sort of thing? Anyway, I'm going to get on with the edit of the pod. And you know what? It might be out by really early. It could be out by Wednesday. Isn't that good? So yeah, fantastic. Hope you've enjoyed that. I appreciate the numbers and the figures. I can see there's plenty of people watching in the audience. Like I say, a big old audience compared to normal. So I thought it might be resonating with a lot of people in terms of being able to look back and say, right, that's the one bookend, and then there's a gap, and then we have another bookend. But the thing being that there's an end bookend and a start bookend, and that's grand and that's great. And yeah, remain positive. We're on the way. Obviously, things may develop and tweak and change, but we're going to get there. We just are. Great memories, says everyone. Jane Cuskin, thank you. Parkrun Things, thanks, Danny. You're very welcome. Thank you for engaging. Thank you for giving us the content. Thank you for providing us with your images and memories and allowing us to go through it, archive it, have this on board. This will become a point of reference in years to come. We've got this all on record. Is that what we did during that year, what will be fundamentally, I would think, the most important year or two of our lives, certainly my generation and generation above, maybe the one beneath. And so yeah, we'll miss these memory posts, says Callum. Yeah, because there's not going to be very many. Well, there aren't any more, are there? Yeah, we have to make memories. We now go forward making memories in the summertime. That's what it's going to be great. We had memories, and let's go and make fantastic ones going forward. So love to you all. As always, I'll go through the comments, and I will see you tomorrow. I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow. Let's see if we can have someone go live somewhere. It's sunny and shiny. Let's have a scenery which pops. That pops. I think that's best. Love to you all. Ta-ra, bye.